more and more parks seem to be turning to the family thrill market instead of building ultra thrill coasters. But will this trend continue? What is going on? This is Theme Park Brandon, and this video is a little sad because I'm a little worried about the future of the mega thrill ride coasters that you and I both love, and more on that in a minute. But when you look at the perspective of everything, when you have Dollywood opening up Big Bear Mountain, which is a great ride obviously, but Silver Dollar City's rumored to be getting a new family coaster, 27 I think it's going to be possibly. Kentucky Kingdom just opened up the new Fox ride, I forget what it's called, but it's a family Vekoma inverted coaster. Looks like a great ride. And then rumor has it that Hershey Park is opening up a new multiple launch coaster like Big Bear Mountain beyond Candemonium and 27 at this point. What is going on? Because mainly, obviously, the surveys from the Six Flags parks, pretty much every single park had one coaster that all the other surveys at all the other parks had. And that was, you guessed it, a family thrill coaster. Is that the future, guys? Is it? Because obviously I know there is other pieces of the surveys, mainly for the Six Flags parks, where you have a Giga Coaster or a Hyper Coaster or a Vekoma, thrill or extreme launch coaster. So obviously, I know there will still be more thrill coasters being built, but this trend has been very, very dominant over the last couple years. And I have two crazy facts for you coming up later in this video that honestly you're not even going to believe. That's how crazy they are. But why are we seeing this family coaster trend? Will it continue? But as far as the whys goes, obviously, number one, they cost a lot less money, typically, unless you have all the theming involved. But you have these great rides, mainly from Vekoma, whether it's a Vekoma Boomerang coaster, the family version, or the multiple launch coaster, or other types. Like, there's a marketing power there. Obviously, families are the main demographic that the parks want to go after when it comes to make sure the guests are having a positive experience, because they're going to spend more money in the park usually than people going by themselves or teenagers, etc. I mean, I totally understand why there's the trend, but the crazy awesome coaster enthusiast inside of me is like, what's going on, guys? We got to get going here. I need more major roller coasters at these parks sooner than later. I understand Hershey. I mean, it's more of a family theme park, so to speak, chain. The last major thrill coaster that they added was Time Traveler in 2018 to Silver Dollar City. Will that continue? Hopefully. I mean, Dollywood is way past due for a major coaster, obviously. But when you look at every piece to this, the cost, yes, totally get it. The thrill factor, teenagers like them as well. Big Bear Mountain, again, is awesome. It feels like an out-of-control wooden GCI coaster, out and back ride. It's awesome. Everyone who rides Big Bear Mountain gets off with a smile on their face. Now, obviously, when it comes to money, Big Bear Mountain apparently cost Dollywood $23 million, whatever it was. I'm not saying every park's going to be building those type of rides, but this trend is very, very dominant right now when it comes to the family coaster thrill market. And there's a lot of reasons why that is. I think it makes sense in the big picture. But will it continue? I think there's a better chance that it continues than me finding one more friend to be a part of my I like roller coasters and only 3 people. But I think that this roller coaster trend will shift back to the thrill factor sooner than later. Obviously, COVID happened. That screwed a lot of parks up. Ever since COVID, more about these facts here in a few minutes here that you definitely want to check out and hear. Roller coasters since then really haven't been the same. and the spending hasn't been the same. I mean, outside of like a few parks like over Texas with Tormenta, the amazing looking B&M dive, Giga Dive coaster. That's going to cost $35-40 million or whatever it is. But there's definitely some concern there. But I think that over time, the next couple years, once Six Flags, shakes off all the rust and all the issues that they're having right now, we will start to see Six Flags as we know it. Start investing in major new thrill coasters again. And by the way, I completely forgot, the SeaWorld parks, all it is family rides nowadays. SeaWorld Orlando, Penguin Trek, then Busch Gardens Tampa, Phoenix Rising, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, Big Bad Wolf. I was getting confused now. And then the Barracuda Strike, I think it is at SeaWorld San Antonio. Family. I do think the trend's going to continue, but I think we'll start seeing more major coasters being added to the parks, which is great news for you as well as myself. I just think that right now they're going through a trend where trying to tread water. Every park's kind of in financial issues, which is weird because the parks seem to be very, very busy. The economy is getting a little bit better. It's not perfect or not great like it used to be, but it is getting a little bit better here in America. I think there's definitely promising hope for new potential thrill coasters going to be happening at parks. The family market's great, but you also still need to cater to the thrill seekers for these families that go to the parks that want to be able to ride something more thrilling than a Big Bear Mountain or a Dragon Flyer or a Fire Chaser Express, etc. Now, these crazy stats are... honestly, I can't believe it. I kind of figured, though, now that I think about it, well, it kind of makes sense. But check out Coaster 101 on social media and their website. Great content. But they posted on X a few days ago that Tormenta and Hollywood Drift out in Universal Studios Hollywood will be the first coasters over 4,000 feet long in the United States of America outside of Florida since Orion, Candemonium, and West Coast Racers opened up in 2020. Now, Big Bear Mountain is not 4,000 feet. It's just a few feet shy of 4,000 feet. That's wild. Now, the other crazy fact is, new for 2026, we're going to see potentially 24 new coasters open up here in America, but only 2 might be over the length of 2,600 feet. 2! That's right there is alarming. That tells me, obviously we all know that these parks are not spending the money like they hopefully should and could for four new rides. We really need to get this trend to be back to adding major rides, both family and thrill. And if the park started doing this, I really think that they're going to offer a better, well-balanced lineup of thrills and entertainment. The attendance will go up. In-park spending will also go up as well. There's a lot of pros to having a good, solid business model that you stay consistent with. And I think that's what all major theme park companies need to really strive for. I know they have their models and stuff, but usually these chains make just decisions that are just like, what? What are you thinking about? And if you love the Six Flags theme parks like I do, and you hate seeing roller coasters get removed, then you're going to want to check out the video at the bottom of your screen where I share with you my predictions on 10 coasters that I think might get removed way sooner than later. With that being said, you know what to do. Let me know all your thoughts and comments regarding this video. This is Theme Park Brandon. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.